Thinking of trying for your next bundle of joy? Well, stick around for my TTC, Trying to Conceive tips to improve your chances of getting pregnant fast. If you are not already subscribed, please hit that red subscribe button down below. It is 100% free and you will be able to stay up to date with all of my future videos. I would love to have you as a part of my YouTube family. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Veranda and I am a stay-at-home mom of 3 beautiful children. I have Lorenzo, who is 7, Isabel, who is 4, and Noel, who is 1.5 years old. I create motherhood videos and love sharing lessons and tips I learn along the way. You can also follow me on Instagram at Veranda_Alvarado. Okay, so today I am going to be sharing with you guys some tips for trying to conceive a baby, or things you should be doing before trying to get pregnant in order to increase your chances of conception. My husband and I have decided that we are ready to try for our 4th and final baby, and I am so excited to share this journey with you all. With our 3 previous children, we weren't actively trying to get pregnant, but at the same time, we weren't trying to prevent it either. So it just kind of happened, but it wasn't ever fully planned. This time around, we actually made the conscious decision that we want to start trying, and I thought it would be an awesome idea to share with you guys what I have learned and what I am currently doing to try and get pregnant. So let's get started. So before you can consciously start trying to conceive, it is a good idea to try and understand what it takes for a woman to fall pregnant. So every month, a woman goes through a monthly cycle, starting on the first day of her period. After she has her period, she will ovulate, and then typically 12 to 16 days after ovulation, she will get her next period, and that will start the new cycle. It is important for women to understand that there is a specific fertility window in which she can get pregnant each month. This is usually a 5 to 7 day window, and it can be different for each woman. For most women, the ovulation cycle or fertility window begins 14 days after the first day of their last period. So sometime within this 5 to 7 day fertility window, a woman will ovulate and release an egg to be fertilized. This egg can live for up to 12 to 24 hours after being released. During this 24-hour period, the egg must be fertilized by a sperm in order for you to become pregnant. So that is 1 day out of the month that you have a chance of becoming pregnant. The good news is sperm can live for up to 7 days inside a woman's body. So if you've had sex within the days before ovulation, the sperm can travel into your fallopian tube and wait for the egg to be released. This means you don't have to have sex the exact day you ovulate, which increases your chance of becoming pregnant as long as you don't miss your fertility window. So now that we have gone over the basics of conception, I will share some tips on how you can try to conceive as quickly as possible. Please keep in mind that every woman is unique and different, so it might take some women longer to get pregnant than others. But these are just the things that I have learned and that I will be using to try and get pregnant this time around. The first tip I have is to use some type of mechanism to track your cycle. I am currently using an app on my phone called My Days. I have been using this app for years to track my ovulation, and I actually use it as my contraception to prevent me from getting pregnant. I do recommend, if you're using an app, that you are consistent with putting your data in, because the more data the app has to work with, the more accurate it will be with predicting your ovulation or fertility window. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and pull up my app here. So this is what it looks like. It's this little flower called My Days. And if you look in the app here, what you are going to see are some green lines. So the darker green lines are, or actually the entire green area is my fertility window. And if you look at the darker green lines, those are my high fertility days. And then it does predict my ovulation day in this like lighter green color. And then if I scroll to the next month, you will see on July 3rd, it predicts the start of my next period. So that's what that is. And then if I go back a couple of months to May 31st was the beginning of my last period. So This is a really good app and I like it so far. It has worked for me. And then if you click on a day, like I clicked on June 4th, you can add specific things in. So you can add that you had your period ended, had sex, took the pill, you could took a pill, you can add your weight, all of that stuff inside of there as well. So like I said, I've been using this app for years and I really like it and I would recommend it to anybody. So using the app and knowing my fertility window, I try to make sure we do the baby dance at least 3 times within that window. But at the same time, I don't put stress on myself to try and make sure we get it done. If we do it more or less during that window, it's really not a big deal. I try not to put too much stress on myself. Another tip is that you can try ovulation tests. So these are little tests that can predict when you are close to ovulation. This is not something that I am planning on doing just because I feel like it would be so stressful and I don't want to try and be in control of everything, because I also believe that God will give me a baby when it is the right time. But you can always try these if it is something that you want to do. I don't think there is anything wrong with them. I just choose not to use them personally. An important tip is to start taking prenatal vitamins as soon as you know you want to start trying for a baby. Prenatal vitamins are very important, especially in preparing your body to conceive, and they can actually increase your chances of conceiving. Another thing is to try and get your body as healthy as possible. The healthier your body is, the easier it will be for you to get pregnant. Try working out and eating a healthy, balanced diet. This can also help during pregnancy to decrease your risk of high blood pressure, preeclampsia, and gestational diabetes. Real quickly, I just wanted to know, are you guys currently trying to conceive? Are you already pregnant? How long did it take you to get pregnant? Please let me know in the comments section down below. I love reading your responses. It is so interesting to me. Another huge tip is to drink a lot of water. So water is good for your body, especially when you're trying to get pregnant, because it can increase your cervical fluid, which then can increase your chances of becoming pregnant. I haven't done too much research on cervical fluid, but I have heard that it is something that is very important when it comes to getting pregnant. And apparently there are certain things that you can do and like certain things that you can eat to help to increase your cervical fluid. So I think that is something that is very interesting to look into if that is something you think you would be interested in. Another very important tip is do not stress yourself out. Stress is bad for your body, and the more stress you put on yourself, the less likely you are to conceive. Take a chill pill and let nature take its course. Stressing over the process will do no good for anyone, and if you do happen to fall pregnant and you don't know it yet, the stress can be really bad for the baby. The next tip is to prepare yourself emotionally for the TTC process. You can be excited for the process, but at the same time, you don't want to be so extremely excited that if you don't happen to fall pregnant, you get so emotionally down on yourself and you think there is something wrong with you. Keep in mind, it could take months for you to become pregnant, but at the same time, you have to be 100% prepared for the chance that you could get pregnant right away. It's kind of a thin line that you have to learn to walk emotionally. Another tip I have for you is to have sex regularly, even when you are outside of your ovulation window. You don't want your partner thinking that you are only interested in them during that time. Don't be that crazy lady that hunts your husband down as soon as your ovulation window opens, but then ignores him the rest of the time. Plus, you know what they always say, practice makes perfect. My last but most important tip is going to be prayer. I am a very religious person and I believe fully in God and the power of prayer. And I feel like it is so important for people to pray and to ask God for things, not just with wanting children, but with life in general. I have been praying for months to be able to have another baby, even before I decided it was time to start trying again. Now, I have something that is very special that I wanted to share with you guys. So when I was pregnant with my last baby, I came across this book and I feel like it is such a good book and I would recommend it to anyone who is trying to have a baby or like even women who are already pregnant. The book is called Supernatural Childbirth by Jackie Mize. This book completely opened my eyes to pregnancy and childbirth and trusting in God throughout the whole process from conception to delivery. It is also a really good book for people with fertility issues, and I just love it because it references the Bible and it gives you a lot of good prayer ideas. So I'm just gonna go ahead and read the back for you guys. And if you guys are interested in this book, I am going to be leaving a link to it in the description below. So this is what it says. Pregnancy and childbirth are often depicted as a time of sickness and mood swings for women, followed by 12 to 20 hours of pain and hard labor. Many women have been told that they can never conceive. Others have suffered the pain of conceiving and miscarrying. Have you had enough of this picture? God has a better way. A supernatural way. Supernatural childbirth is a practical and realistic look at God's promises for conception, pregnancy, and delivery. This is not pie in the sky. This is a personal testimony of how one couple overcame defeat and triumphed in God's plan. Jackie Mize had been told she could never have children. However, by unlocking powerful truths and dynamic faith principles, she and her husband Terry found in the Bible that they now have 4 miracle children. This exciting book shares with you these truths and faith principles. You will learn how to put faith principles in action for your very own supernatural childbirth, how you can be a living example of God's promises in action, how to deal with fear during pregnancy and delivery, how and when to use your faith for pregnancy and delivery. Also included in the book are faith-inspiring testimonies from women who have followed these principles and experienced their own supernatural childbirth, confessions and prayers for a supernatural conception, pregnancy, childbirth, and all circumstances surrounding each stage, and a powerful teaching section by Terry Mize explaining the curse on Eve in the Garden of Eden. So yeah, I absolutely love this book, and I would recommend it to anybody who is planning on getting pregnant, or if you are even if you are already pregnant. I honestly wish that every woman could read this book at least once in their lifetime. So that is it, you guys. Those are all of my TTC tips. I am so excited to be going on this journey again. My husband and I are on our first month of trying, and I am so hopeful that this is going to happen soon. I wish all of you mamas luck on your journeys as well. Before you click off this video, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment down below. It really does help to grow my channel. Thank you guys so much for your support. I love you guys, and I will plan on seeing you in my next video. Bye!